I have gone to a local consignment store 3 times now. I have spent $650 with them and purchased over 400 items from this one location. So if you want to hear about how I secured basically the most amazing thrift experience of my life, and you want to get into a pretty epic shoe haul, then make sure you stay tuned. You're also going to want to make sure that you have some sort of snack or a drink or something to do while you're watching this, because it's going to be a long one. I don't even know if I can fit all these shoes in one haul, so we might have to move into 2. But for even just this one, make sure you've got some sharing or some listing or steaming or photographing or something to do in the background, because you and I are about to hang out for quite some time.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body tremors for your neck.
If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen this row of stuff before, and this is all kids stuff. And I've actually added to this lot of kids stuff from this consignment store that I've gone to. But if I move back, you can see that I've added a row of just hundreds of shoes. And this is what we're gonna haul today. Hi everyone, my name is Becky Park and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Citizen. And actually the school year, the remote learning school year, is coming to an end. I believe next week is actually our last week of school, and I don't have any crazy responsibilities this summer. I'm not in grad school. I'm not doing anything with, summer school or anything like that. So I'm really gonna be able to devote a lot more time to reselling and my YouTube channel and all of that. So if you're excited to see what a quasi full-time reselling experience looks like in the midst of a pandemic, then make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure that you like this button if you enjoy a good haul and even story time about this amazing opportunity that I had. So let's start by talking about how I secured this amazing thrifting opportunity. And if you don't care about that, I'll give you the timestamp right here so that you know where you can skip to if you're just here for the shoes. But basically, when our state went into shelter in place, I reached out to 2 local consignment stores, 2 stores that I've shopped at before, and I let them know that I knew that they were in a rough spot, and I let them know that I honestly was also in somewhat of a rough spot as a reseller. So yes, I was really honest and forthcoming with them about why I was contacting them in the first place. And I asked them if not at that moment in time, because we were in like the thick and heavy of it with, being under shelter in place and all that. But I asked them if as things kind of improved in our state, if they would be open to the idea of me coming in and shopping from their store, especially like their clearance section, because one consignment store in particular I knew always had this big birthday sale. Like once a year they had this huge sale, because I've shopped it before. I actually have a thrift haul from it before that I'll link right here. And I knew that, around May is when they would have that big sale, but what would happen without them being able to run that big sale is they would just have all this inventory that they were stuck with. So I let them know that I would be willing to come in and buy a good amount of stuff if they could make it worth my time as well, and maybe we could both help each other out. So I reached out to 2 consignment stores. One of them ghosted me, never responded, fine. But the one that I was hoping would respond did, and we talked about how, things could look, but we agreed that we wouldn't do anything until later when it was safer. And also, I wanted to give them time to go through their store and pull the stuff that they were going to pull anyway for their sale, and just kind of create a section that I could look at. I did not know that they had a storage unit. So about 5 minutes from their brick and mortar store, they have a huge storage unit, and that's where they put all of their sale stuff, I guess. And as they're running their sale, it runs over the course of like a weekend. They, pull stuff from the storage unit and they continue to fill within their sale as the stuff sells through. And so they just have this huge storage unit. And as our state gets closer and closer to, completely opening up, they were like, well, how would you feel about going to the storage unit? You could be in there by yourself, it's like the best kind of social distancing. And they were like, it's kind of crazy. It really is kind of a mess, and you might get overwhelmed. And I was like, honestly, I think it's going to be such a good time. And so we finally arranged for me to go. And like I said, I have made 3 trips. I did make a couple of trips to like the actual consignment store first, where it was just me and the owners. But like I said, we did a good job of keeping our distance. I was in the back of the store basically, and they were in the front. And then I went to their storage unit as well. So that is the stuff that we're going to be looking at today and that I'm going to be hauling. everything. So the reason why I'm so invested in this opportunity is because I think that it's the safest way to source for the time being. I know that in a lot of states, they are opening up, Goodwills are open, even like Goodwill bins locations are open. I'm not here to like judge anyone or say what's right or wrong because it's different for everyone, you know? But for me personally, I do have asthma. I get sick really easily. Like I have a pretty stinky immune system and I have 2 little ones at home. So the idea for me of going to Goodwills or going to Goodwill outlets, it doesn't sit well with me just quite yet, given my life circumstance. And so this opportunity that I've been given to go and basically thrift by myself in a secluded area where no one else is a dream come true. So even though I'm dropping so much money at once, my husband and I both agreed, like it makes sense for me to just thrift really hard right now and get as much as I can so that maybe I don't even have to step foot inside of a thrift store or go to a garage sale or do anything like that throughout the entire summer because I'm just stocking up right now. I mean, we'll see, but even if this stuff doesn't get me through the entire summer, it sure is going to take me deep into it. And so that's why I'm going so hard right now. The system that I worked out with the consignment store is that like a big black garbage bag, like the ones that you put in like, you know, big garbage cans. If I fill one of those, it's $50. And then you see these boxes behind me of shoes. I thought that they were going to charge me $50 per box, but they charge me $25 per box. So it's insane. It's a great deal. And like I said, I have spent around $650 so far on, you know, like a little over 400 pieces. I haven't been doing the most amazing job of keeping track because it's kind of hard to, but it comes down to like less than $2 an item. This consignment store does carry men's, women's, and children's stuff. I am focusing primarily on women's, but I have picked up some kids and women's stuff as well. The majority of the stuff is going to go in my Poshmark closet, but I'm also experimenting with thread up, and I'll have some videos about that as I learn more and as more happens with that. But I'm going to also be sending in a lot of stuff to thread up. So far, I have sold 3 things that I, you know, got from this storage unit or from this consignment store for a total of like $60. So I've already almost made 10% of, you know, what I've spent, which is kind of crazy on just 3 things. And like I said, I have like over 400 things from this place thus far. And yes, I am going back, but I'm estimating like a $20 average sales price on everything. Some things are much higher, but some things are also lower because I got some kids stuff. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience so far with this consignment store and storage unit, as well as just some tips for you on if you want to try to secure this kind of situation for yourself, kind of, you know, my tips for how you could do that. But basically, the first time that I went to their store just so I could meet, you know, the 2 owners, and they let me know what racks I could pick from because there were some racks even within the store that they had just recently pulled that were going to be on sale. And then they let me know that there were some bags in the back as well, like in their back room. And when I went back there were just like a lot more bags than they had mentioned. So when I went to ask them about it, they were like, oh, well, a lot of those bags are actually donation. And they were like, you're welcome to pick through those, but someone's coming tomorrow to pick those up and take it to their, you know, place. We have like a local thrift store in town, and that's who is coming to pick up the items. And so they were like, if you find anything in those bags, you can just have those for free. Like, we won't charge you for them. So I went through them, and there was some good stuff in those bags. There was like, it was a lot of kids stuff, but there were some, you know, more desirable kids brands like Hannah Anderson and Taylor Joelle. And then I found like a pair of men's Birks. There were some really good things that I got for free. So I probably filled like 3 to 5 garbage bags of just free stuff, a lot of outerwear as well. And then I filled maybe like 2 to 3 bags worth of regular clothes. I hadn't even touched shoes yet at that point, but regular clothes and stuff that I was going to try to sell myself, as well as stuff that I sent into ThreadUp already. I'm not going to haul all the clothes from that first trip just because a lot of it is just kind of all over the place in my house as far as getting it ready to get photographed and listed. And I don't really want to like go and compile all that stuff back together. But that was my first trip. The second trip was much shorter. I was just kind of stopping through because they said they had pulled a few more racks inside the store. So I went just to look through those, and I filled 1 more garbage bag at that point. But the big kahuna was when it was finally time to go to their storage unit. So like I said, their storage unit is like a 5-minute drive from the consignment store itself. And the consignment store is like 7 minutes away from me. So everything's really close. I met one of the owners at the storage unit, and she opened the door and then just let me have at it. And it was crazy. I don't know how to like measure square feet, but I mean, it's definitely the size of like some stores. Like it's not like a small 8x10. I mean, it's a big space, a big space. And there were like, so for example, along one wall, there's probably like 15 big shelving units. So that tells you like how long one wall is. I spent 5 hours there the first time that I went to the storage unit, and I only got through the shoes in like a handful of racks. So all of the shoes were either inside of big garbage bags to begin with, or inside of these boxes and then inside of a garbage bag, because the storage unit isn't climate controlled. So they want to make sure that, you know, things aren't getting moldy or anything like that. And then all of the garments are inside of garment bags. So it is kind of time consuming to pick through the clothes, especially because they have anywhere from like 8 to 15 pieces of clothing inside of a garment bag. And so you have to undo the bag at the bottom, and then you can see what's inside. And sometimes within a garment bag, there was nothing that was worth pulling. So it is pretty time consuming, but it's definitely worth the effort and the work. And then every single item had a tag on it, and it was like the consignment tag. So once I brought everything home, I did take off all the tags, and I'm going to be bringing them back to the owners the next time I see them, just because that's how they keep track of their inventory, and that's how they do their payouts for their customers. I'm probably leaving stuff out, but if I remember stuff for future haul videos, I'll let you guys know. So my tips that I have on how to create similar situations for yourself, and this may be harder to do, especially, you know, in states where places are open now. I think the reason why I'm able to do what I'm doing is because the consignment store is still closed. They are doing like shop by appointment, but they're not open to the public yet. And I think that as places open up to the public, this would be much harder to do. But what I did was I reached out to the 2 consignment stores that I knew of in my area, and I used any connections that I had. So it turned out that one of the owners who owned this consignment store is a mutual friend of one of my friends. And so it just, you know, worked out perfectly. I was able to make that connection. And I think that that helped me have a little bit more of an in. I also was really honest with them about what I was going to be doing. I wasn't telling them that I was going to send this stuff to some great cause, or, you know, I told them straight up, I'm a reseller. It's hard for me to get inventory right now. And I think that this could also help you guys out. So is there a way that we could come up with a system where we both win? I was just really super upfront with them. You also want to make sure that you use any systems that they have in place. So like I said, I know that they have all of these price tags on their items with information about, you know, who the consignor was and all that stuff. So I created a system where I would be saving all of that and giving it to them in a timely manner so that they could take care of deleting that information from their inventory system, and they could figure out payouts for their existing consignors, because I don't want to mess anything up. Like if I come in there and mess up their current systems, then they're not going to want me to come back. I also made sure to let them know that I was going to be spending a ton of money with them. I wasn't like, let me come in and pick out like 8 things, but I was like, I'm going to be coming in and spending a ton of money with you. And I let them know that I would be willing to pick from the items that they're trying to get rid of, like their last season stuff. I'm not asking them to make me a great deal on their new stuff, because that doesn't make as much fiscal sense for them. But I was letting them know, look, I know you have a surplus right now of stuff that you're trying to move out. Let me look through that and, you know, give you a good amount of money for that stuff, because who knows when that opportunity is going to be for them to get those things in front of the eyes of other people. And so I said, you know, I will help you guys basically get rid of a lot of that stuff, and I'll pay you money upfront for it. You also want to just make sure that as you're communicating with them, that you keep the communication brief, but that you're professional and polite, and that you get straight to the point with what it is that you're after and how you think that, you know, both parties can benefit from this experience or transaction or whatever you want to call it. You want to let them know what you're going to gain from it, yes, but also what they have to gain from it as well. I think another huge thing is you want to make sure that if you go there, that you leave the location better than when you got there. So for example, at the storage unit, they had shelves and shelves and shelves of shoes. And so what I would do is I would pull out like a box of shoes at a time, and I would pull the stuff that I wanted. And what I started to realize was I was pulling a good number of shoes, so I was leaving not so many shoes per box. So it made sense for me actually to like start consolidating boxes for them. So I would pull out a box and I would put the shoes that I wanted, you know, in a bag or something. And then I would leave that box out and pull out a new box and put the shoes that I didn't want in the old, so basically I made it so that their shelving unit now has less boxes. And I let them know, I said, hey, I kind of consolidated that space. Like everything that was on the top shelf is now gone. And I was able to just kind of clean things up for you. And they were so appreciative. And they're like, oh my gosh, like we feel like we have to pay you on top of it. So you don't want to go into a space like this after you're basically calling in all of your favors and then leave a mess for someone else to pick up after you. They're never going to let you come back. But I'm trying to make sure that this is a good experience, not just for myself, because it is, but make sure that it's a good experience for them as well to have worked with me in this way, so that if the opportunity ever arises that, you know, I could do something like this again, that they would be open to having me come back because they remember that I was a pleasure to work with. I think that's all the stuff that I have to share so far about just my experience being at the consignment store, and just, you know, any tips I have for you if you are wanting to create a similar experience for yourself. Let's get into the shoes. So just a couple reminders. One, if you're interested in anything that you see, then feel free to email me. My email is down below. It's poshandplanner@gmail.com. If I have stuff listed, which a few of these things I do, but not everything, obviously, because I haven't had it in my possession for very long. But if I have stuff listed, I'll put the prices down below of what I have them listed for on Poshmark thus far. And everything else, I'll just kind of guesstimate how much I think I'm going to be able to list them for, so that you have an idea. But a lot of these brands are really new to me, or I've never sourced them before. So I'm learning just like you are. And if you have any suggestions for me about how to price something or tips, please leave them in the comment section down below, because I learn so much from you guys as well. And then finally, if you enjoy a good thrift haul, then I will actually link a thrift haul playlist down below of all the thrift hauls I've ever done on my channel. I know sometimes those are my favorite things to have on in the background while I'm doing things like sharing my closet or photographing, you know, my own items. I like to have something just kind of like fun to listen to in the background. So if you need something like that for yourself while you're listing or, you know, doing all those things, then that's what that thrift haul playlist is for. So without further ado, let's talk about some shoes. Hit that like button if you're excited. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to start by hauling some of the shoes that either I've already photographed or I like pulled them because I'm going to photograph them today. Before I start pulling these boxes over, I already know this is not going to be one video. Like I can't haul all these shoes in one video. So there'll probably be a second one, if not a third and fourth. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to start with these. These are a wedge shoe. They're like slip-on wedges. They kind of reminded me of Dansko's at first, but they're by the brand, I think it's OTBT or it's OT, I don't know. But so some of the brands that I just like didn't know a lot about or had never heard of, you know, they have those labels, like I said, and I've taken all of them off, but they had like a price tag or like a consignment tag on it, and they would have the name of the brand as well as what they priced it at. So if they priced it kind of high, I was like, I'm just going to pull these because they obviously do a little bit of research on their end. And I took a picture of the tag with the shoe beforehand so I could get an idea of how they priced it, as well as the name brand if it was hard to tell, like this one. I think it is OTBT. And from what I remember, they had it priced around like $45. But it's just like a comfort wedge. It does have some scuffing, you know, here, but they're otherwise in really great condition. And these were a size 8.5. Leather uppers. So I thought those were really cool. They, you know, definitely stood out to me right at the beginning. These are just a pair of Croc Flats in like a really rich violet color. And these are a size 8. I know a lot of people actually really like Crocs. I found a pair of kids Croc slides that I actually kept for myself because they fit me. This is the brand Van Eli. I've never heard of this. It looks nice and it's got like a snakeskin print, which I know is in. I did rip the inner like sole part here a little bit when I was taking off the price tag, because on this one they like taped it on the inside of the shoe, and I just, you know, there was no way to not rip that leather interior, which kind of stinks. But this is a size 7.5. It does seem really narrow, but they seem really comfortable. And from what I remember, they priced it somewhat high too. So I'm excited to do some research on those and see if they amount to anything. I don't typically pick up Nine West, but I love a good leopard print, and I just thought these were really classy pumps. They have like the patent leather toe, and they're in amazing condition, and it feels like calf hair. These are a size 7.5. And it is real cow fur, yep. So, I mean, you know, the materials used are really high quality. Like I said, in really great condition. I'll probably like list them in the 30s and see what happens. Next up, we'll do some kids shoes because I did get some kids shoes. And actually, one of the shoes that already sold was a pair of kids like Oxford boots. They were so cute. They were by the brand Devon Park. I'll show like a little thing here of it. But I'd never heard of the brand. They just looked really cool and kind of like retro, and they looked like, you know, a perfect pair of boots to pair with any like Riley and Crew outfit, or just like the Anthropologie woman who has kids and wants their kids to look like they also live in Anthropologie world. So I listed those for like $38 and I sold them for $32 on Kiddies, and the same day I listed them. Crazy. So anyway, this is just a pair of like boat shoes by Oshkosh B'gosh, and they are in really great condition. I probably won't get more than like $10-15 for these, but these are a size 10. These are Hannah Anderson shoes, and they're kind of like, I don't know how you describe them. Are they clogs? Like, I don't know. But yeah, they have like a cloggy look to them. They have like a little snowflake, not print, but embroidery on the front. And these are a kid size 34, which I think was the equivalent of like a 3. And then I got these flats. These are just by the brand Nordstrom. But they're made of leather, and they have like this zipper detail floral rosette thing on the toe. Again, in really great condition. They're kind of like a faded black color. I don't think that they're necessarily faded. I think they're supposed to look like that. And these were in a size 2, if I remember correctly. Yep, these are a size 2. These I thought were so cool. These are Air Jordans. They're the Jordan 1s, and they are in this really cool, like, I don't know, what color is this? Aqua, whatever, and black colorway. These are size 5.5 youth. So I thought these were really cool. There are like a few stains and stuff on the inside and whatever, but overall they're in really great shape. So I just thought I'd give those a shot. These are just like new children's place, like those jellies. I don't know, a lot of kids really like these. I feel like when my daughter used to wear these, like her feet would smell so bad. So they're not typically like my cup of tea. They're a size 6, but like I said, new with tags, and they are from the children's place. Getting back into some women's shoes. These are just some Nike Frees. They're pink and like kind of this fluorescent yellow green color. And these are a size 9.5. I don't really deal with a lot of like Nike sneakers and stuff, so I'm curious as to how you guys price this kind of stuff. And then we have this pair of Melissa heels. These are a black patent leather pump, and they have kind of like these cutouts, if you can see that detail. Here's Melissa. I've never tried selling Melissa shoes before. I know mini Melissa shoes can do really well. Those are like the kids line of Melissa. I've never tried Melissa itself, so we'll see. These are a size 7, and they're honestly in like such amazing condition, which is why I wanted to try them out. And like I said, I just never had experience with this brand, so this is a great way to learn new brands at a very low cost. These are a pair of just like slip-ons by Abound. Abound is carried at Nordstrom and like Nordstrom Rack. These are a size 9.5. They are not new because you can see there's some wear on the bottom, but there's really like no wear on the top. So it's just like this perforated, is it real leather? I kind of don't think that it is. It's polyester. So it's like, you know, this perforated material up on top, and it's like really strappy, like it straps behind your ankle here. There's a little bit of a wedge, but I thought those were cute. And then these are a pair of Sperrys. I got a ton of Sperrys. I don't have a lot of experience selling Sperrys, so I don't know if they're going to do that well. But, you know, just like a really classic preppy brand. A lot of like kids need to wear Sperrys for school as part of their school uniform. And a lot of people just like them for their classic look. It's great for the workplace and stuff like that. These do have a little mark right here. I honestly am not going to try to get it out. I'm just going to sell it as is. And I don't know. I don't know how to price these. I have not been telling you prices on anything because like I said, I don't really know on a lot of them. But I think I'll probably price these in like the 20s. The Abound ones I'll probably price in the 20s. unless something is like pretty spectacular, it's probably gonna be priced in the 20s. Okay, I pulled my first box over, so we'll go through this box. This is all stuff that I haven't listed. These are a pair of Haan like slip-on mules. They have this great buckle detail up on top. They're brown. These are, trying to look for the size. These are a size 8.5. I'll probably list these in like the 30s, but Haan, honestly, it's kind of hard for me to move sometimes, so we'll see. I was excited about these. These are Bogs, and Bogs are a great like rain boot brand, and they have like the handles here. These are the plimsoll quilted floral print Bogs or something like that, and they're the higher version. They do have a few scuffs and marks, as you know, is pretty normal with rain boots, but these were in a size 8. I do have these listed pretty high because there was only one in that same style with like the floral print or whatever. And I don't even think it was in the same size. So I think I listed mine for like $78 or something like that on Poshmark. Another pair of Sperrys, and these are like this white and like electric green colorway with this eyelet detail. Again, just very classic and somewhat preppy. This is a size 6.5. So I'll probably list these in like the, I don't know, maybe even like $18 range. I have to look up Sperrys. Like I said, I don't have a huge amount of experience with them. These are a pair of studded combat boots, and I'm pretty sure these are Steve Madden. Let me check. Yeah, these are Steve Madden, and these are a size 8.5 as well. It is real leather. They're in really great condition, not a whole lot of wear to them, as you can see. And, you know, I just thought that the studded detailing was really cool. I think it's a little dated. Like, this was really popular, I feel like, maybe 10 years ago. But I think there's still a market for that heavily studded, detailed look. These are another pair of, like, slip-on mules, but these are by UGG. And they have kind of like this bluish, I don't know, I almost want to say like corduroy material up on top. There is fur on the inside by the toes, as you can see, which I imagine would be so comfy. And these are a women's size 4. These would probably fit me. That's really small. Okay, it says women's size 4, but it's too big on me. That's kind of crazy. I think it honestly fits more like a 5. I don't understand the sizing of this. I have really small feet, guys, which is why I'm keeping like kids' shoes and stuff like that. Okay. These are a pair of Via Spiga. I have never carried these before. I don't even know if they're really worth that much. I think that they did have the price on these somewhat high, so I have to do more research, but this is what they look like. They, I believe, are made of like leather, and these are a size, if I can find it. These are a size 11, and it says Vero Cuoio on the back. I don't know what that means. Cuoio. Vero Cuoio. I'm like pretending that this has something to do with Italy or the Italian language, which I think it does. Via Spiga. I mean, that sounds very Italian. But yeah, in really great condition. The footbeds do have some wear, but other than that, like perfect condition. So those are really nice. Excited to see how those do. And they're a bigger size. This is a pair of men's maybe not. No, I don't know. Well, they're a pair of Sperrys nonetheless. And they're size 9. They have like a little bit of a camo print on the side, as you can see. They're in this gray colorway. This is the more typical like boat shoe that I feel like people are accustomed to seeing when it comes to Sperry. These are the topsiders. So in really great condition. Don't know how I'm going to price those yet, because like I said, I don't really have a lot of experience selling those. Probably in the high 20 to low 30s range. This is a pair of, Merrill Sneakers. And they do have like the Vibram technology on them, as you can see right there, and it says Merrill. I did get a lot of sneakers. I don't have a lot of experience with them. This is so lightweight though. That's kind of crazy. These are a size 8.5. These are for women, and they are the Black Adventure sneakers. I don't know how else to describe that. These are Selby. I feel like I heard that that's a good brand. I don't know anything about it. It sounds very English. They look very English and just very like classic. They have this great buckle detail across the top. They're in this ivory leather. They're in really good condition. They obviously seem like they're a little bit older, but you can see like not a lot of wear. And Selby, yeah, I don't know. If you know anything about Selby, please let me know. And these are a size 7.5. And yeah, everything's leather. So I was excited to try those out because I know absolutely nothing about that. This is like completely on the opposite end of the spectrum from those shoes that I just showed you. But these are Under Armour Superman high top sneakers. I believe these are a youth shoe. They're a little bit dirty, so I might try to wipe them down. But honestly, I usually sell my shoes as is. These are a size 13. So these are a youth shoe. And I just thought they were really fun and cool. And we'll see what we can do with those. Probably list those for like $18. This is a pair of Born clogs, slide-on thingamajigs. They do have like a big buckle here. There's like this braided detail up on top. They are made of leather, and these are a size 6. I don't know. I don't have like the best luck with Born, but we'll see. And I'll probably price these in like the $30 to $40 range. Let's see. I did get a fair number of Danskos. So these are a pair of Danskos. They do seem to be made of calf hair. It doesn't say, but there is leather. They're size 41. They're in really great shape. This is what the top of them look like. They have kind of the strap going across the top. This leather is like buttery smooth. And yeah, I don't know. They just look like they're in really great condition. And as you can see, they don't like bend. There's no rotting or anything like that. But yeah, hopefully I can get like in the 40s for these, but I have a few pairs of Danskos that are listed right now that are just not moving. So I don't know. These are a pair of men's Under Armour sneakers. They're just gray with like these navy laces. These are a size 9. I don't know. I don't really have much else to say about that. I don't know if Under Armour is like that great of a brand for sneakers. Let me know if you know anything about that. These are more men's shoes. These are Nikes, and they look like they're a little bit older of a style. I don't know. I just still got them because I was paying so little. There is some stuff, like just gross stuff here on the laces and stuff. Again, I'm not going to clean them up, and I'm just going to sell them as is. They're size 9. Even if I list them for like $18, I'm totally cool with that. Other than the fact that they're a little bit dirty right there, they're in really good condition. And that's one of the things too about shopping at a consignment store. They've already done a lot of the hard work for you, and they've already gone through and made sure that things are in good shape and that they're desirable pieces that people want to buy. So it's kind of like, you know, shopping at a glorified thrift store where the majority of the stuff is in really great condition. You still find stuff with like stains and flaws, but just not as many as you would at a thrift store, which I love. These are really cute. These are heels by Plenty by Tracy Reese. I don't know how to tell if shoes have been sold at Anthropologie. I know that Anthropologie carries Plenty by Tracy Reese sometimes. I just don't know if these particular shoes were ever sold there. But they have a lot of this like tassel detail, and there's like this really cute bow detail up on top. They are made of leather, and there is some wear to them on the bottom. Like you can tell they've been worn out, but otherwise they're in really good shape. These are a size 39.5, which I think that converts to a 9.5. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so I'm excited about those. Probably list those in the 30s. We're almost done with our first box, guys. This is just a pair of like really basic Clarks. I kind of don't know why I got them, but again, I paid less than $2 for them. I'm sure someone will want them somewhere. I'd probably list them in the 20s. These are a size 8. They are made of leather, and they're in really good condition. I mean, that's like the biggest reason why I got them. They're in almost unworn condition. Like I think they actually have not been worn outside. If you can see, they look like they are new. So yeah, I mean, they'll sell. They're not my favorite thing, but as you know, if something will make me money, I will sell it. Another pair of Sperry boat shoes. These are navy with like a striped pattern here. These are really cute, actually. These are a size 6.5. That's what the top looks like. I have so many Sperrys, so once I figure out how I'm going to price them, it should just go like that, hopefully. This I was intrigued by. I don't know if it's called Petra or Petra. I feel like that's a pretty high-end brand, and it's for Neiman Marcus, but it is this like leopard print shoe, or like these pumps. I want to say that this is calf hair. I'm trying to find the information. These were made in Italy. They're size 7.5. And I can't find like the information regarding what these are made out of, but I would be shocked if these were not made out of real calf hair. And here's the soles. They're in really good shape. They're kind of an odd like silhouette, but I don't know. I kind of dig them. So that's those. No idea how to price those because like I said, I don't even really know that brand. This is a pair of men's New Balance, just black shoes. They're in basically new condition, like they've not been worn. So I should be able to get at least $30 to $40 for these, I'd say. These are a size 10 as well. Let's see. This is a pair of Ann Taylor factory flats, and typically I don't really like to pick up, you know, Loft and Ann Taylor just because I get a lot from friends for free, but these were in such great condition, so I wanted to try them out. And they're such a classic look with like the quilted leather and then the cap toe. These are a size 8, but yeah, I thought those were really nice, so I'm going to give those a shot. And then we have another pair of Ann Taylor shoes. These again, snakeskin, crocodile, I don't know. I think it's more snakeskin, but regardless, like that reptilian look, I feel like is pretty in still. It does have a cutout here, just nice pumps. Like I said, Ann Taylor, you probably know what that looks like. And these are size 7.5. Everything is leather, so really great quality. And in the store, these probably cost, you know, well over $100, but I'll probably get like $30-ish for these. I don't know. So that's the end of box 1. Okay, we'll do some more kids' shoes, but, and then I think these are the last of the kids' shoes. So these I thought were so cute. I don't think they're like a great brand. They're just called Heat Seeker, but they're like these polka dot winter shoes with like a faux fur trim. These are in a size 6. I mean, adorable. Probably get like, I don't know, $10, $12 for those, but that's fine. These are a pair of Stuart Weitzman ankle booties. I didn't know Stuart Weitzman made clothes for kids. I mean, not clothes, but shoes for kids. They have like this metallic lace detail, not lace, but like woven detail. That's what I wanted to say. I believe this is real leather up on top, and it's made, oh, it's not leather. Okay, Stuart. But it's a size 3 and it's like a Chelsea boot. So that's these. I'm excited for those. Stuart Weitzman, so I'm hoping to get at least like $20, $30 for those. These are so fun. These are a pair of Heelys. Do you remember these? Like they're outlawed from every elementary, middle, public school in the world because they're so annoying, but I thought they were so cool. I always wanted a pair and I never, you know, had any. So I guess I'm living vicariously through this pair right here. These are a size 5 and I don't know how to price them yet because I have not looked them up. These are a pair of little stride ride shoes. There's actually quite a lot of stuff wrong with them. They're just kind of like dirty and stuff, which I can, you know, clean them up. Other than that, they're in great condition. Like the bottoms are in great condition and that's kind of what matters. But these, I think they sell at like Target and stuff. So I don't think that it's going to be worth a whole lot, but these are a size 4 and I don't know, they're cute. So yeah, I'll probably get like $10 for those. These are a pair of black Nikes. These are a size 2, and I don't know like what the name of the shoe is because like I said, I just don't know a lot about sneakers. I don't wear them very much. If you know, let me know, but that's what's going on with those. These are a pair of Born like slip-on clog things. I keep saying clogs, and if that's not what these are called, mules, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're size 13, and yeah, I just didn't know Born made shoes for kids. So that was interesting. I also saw that Talbot's made clothes for kids while I was there. I ran across some Talbot's kids stuff. There was one more, oh, Garnet Hill for kids. I didn't know about that either, so that was really interesting. Next up, this is a pair of Underarmour sneakers. These are in a size 1, and I actually might have my daughter try these on because she needs sneakers, so we're gonna put those aside. I did get a lot of like these cleat type things, and I have no idea what sport they're for or anything like that. These are Umbro. I want to say soccer, right? Isn't that right? And these are a size 9. So I thought those were really cute. I don't know how much these go for, so I'll have to do some research. These are cute little boots. I don't know the brand on them. They're size 12 to 18 months, but they're basically like just little ankle boots. Oh, they're by the brand Surprise with the Z. But yeah, I just thought those were adorable. They have like the faux fur lining and they're in really great condition. Even if I make like $10 off of these, cool. I'm cool with it. These adorable little Izod shoes. Look at those. They're like walking shoes. Probably make, again, $10 off of those. Some more little snow boot type things by the brand Child of Mine by Carter's. I think they sell this at like Walmart or Target. These are a size 7 and I'll probably make like $10 to $15 off of those. And then the last pair of kids shoes, another pair of like soccer cleats, I want to say. These are by Adidas and these are a size 1. So I have another big box next to me of men's and women's shoes. So let's look at these. So these are a pair of Roxy shoes. I thought they were really cute. If you can see, like they're gray, but especially like right here, there's kind of all these other little colors in the knitting. And it doesn't say Roxy anywhere, but you can see the symbol right in there. And Roxy is sold at like Pacific Sunwear, but also other stores. These are a size 7.5. They're called the Whitney. I just thought those were really cute. No idea how to price them. I have never tried selling Roxy shoes before, but we'll see. These are a pair of Fila men's shoes. Don't know how to price them, but they're just like sneakers. They're the Cool Max. I don't know if they're the Cool Max, but it says Cool Max on the inside. They're size 8. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Another pair of Danskos. These are, they're so heavy. Like I don't get it, but they're brown leather. These are a size 39. They're also in really great condition. I don't get it. Like I don't get how these would be comfortable, but a lot of people swear by them. So it is what it is. And they're so expensive. These are a pair of Salvatore Ferragamo shoes. I'm, pretty sure they're vintage. That's what the Ferragamo sign looks like. They were made in Italy. This is what they look like. Do you see that print? They're very interesting. They're 7.5 double A, so they're extremely narrow. Just like very classic pumps. Like I said, definitely older. I have another pair in here, and I think they're from the same person, but just very interesting. Don't know how to price them yet. Probably like shoot for the stars and price kind of high, but not expect to get that much. So we'll see. Oh my gosh, I thought these were beautiful. So these are Haan pumps, but they're gorgeous. Like, I don't know, this color is just perfection to me. And they are the Grand OS by Haan. They are a size 7.5 B. And yeah, I don't know, just beautiful. Just beautiful. They have been worn, but holy cow, love those. I will probably list those in the 40 to 50s. Another pair of Via Spiga shoes. This is a patent leather. These are also size 11, and that's what they look like. They're in really good condition. They have like the ankle strap. These are really high, and they do have a little bit of a flaw right there. I don't understand who can wear stuff like this. And traditionally too, I feel like if you're wearing a size 11 shoe, typically, not always, but typically that means you're pretty tall. And then you're also adding like 4.5 inches more to your height, which is amazing. I'm so jealous. I stand next to people like that and feel ridiculously small. So there's that. But yeah, a few flaws here and there, just like a few marks, but I think they'll still sell. I just don't know for how much. These are a pair of new Stuart Weitzman shoes. And I know that they're new, one, because like one's in the bag, and two, like when you look at it, you're like, oh, it's new. These do have a kitten heel, and they have like these little rhinestones at the toe. That's what the Stuart Weitzman logo looks like. These are size 5M. I think honestly I'm going to send this in to thread up. And oh, I just realized there is one little like bejeweled thing missing. I don't know if that happened with me, like, putting all this stuff in a box, or if it happened at the store, but there is one little thing missing. But I feel like this style of shoe is just not going to sell very well for me, like on Poshmark. But I do think that new with tags, Stuart Weitzman type stuff could do much better over on ThredUp. So I'm going to send it over there, even though there is that little flaw right there. We'll see if they notice it. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think these would be perfect for like a wedding or anything like that, just a more formal occasion. I just don't see these going for very much in my Poshmark closet. So I'm going to put those over here as something that I'm going to set into ThredUp. But most of the shoes I'm actually going to try to sell myself because I love selling shoes. I think that they sell well, they sell fast. So yeah, these are a pair of Audrey Brook flats. I don't know this brand. If you know anything about this brand, let me know. It's a size 9W, and it's like this beautiful tan color, pointed toe. Uppers are suede, I believe. I don't know if it's real suede or not. And it doesn't say, so I'm just going to guess and say that it is. But they're in really great condition, and they do have like this little padding on the back, if you can see that, for your heel, which I think, or like for the back of your foot, which I think makes a lot of sense. It is probably a lot more comfortable. So there's those. Another pair of like vintage Salvatore Ferragamo heels. I'm pretty sure that they came from the same owner as this pair because I think they're the same size. We'll see. This was a size 7.5 AA. This is a 6.5 AAA. So these are so narrow. I don't think that ThredUp accepts vintage. Otherwise, I would try selling it on ThredUp. Like I would try sending it in, but I don't think that they take vintage. So I'm just going to try these by myself. They have a really cool like retro vibe. I love actually the shape of this on top. It looks so like mid-century to me. So there is something really cool about them, but they're not really what like today's girl is wearing. These are a pair of Brooks running shoes in like a really crazy colorway. They're kind of like metallic. They are metallic. Like everything about them is metallic. If you can see, whoo, look at that. Look at that sheen. But Brooks is a great running brand. These are a size 6.5 and they're in great condition. So there's those. I've got this pair of Guess wedges. I don't really like to pick up Guess, but I thought these were so cool with like that opening in the cork heel. These are a size 8.5. You probably know what the Guess logo looks like, but there it is. And these are also in really great condition. They, you know, wrap around the ankle. I just thought they were so cool. I don't know how to price those. Probably for like $20 to $30, maybe $30 to $40. I don't know. We'll see. These are just red Converse Allstar shoes. These are kind of crazy. They're high tops. And these are a men's 6. So they're definitely smaller, but I kind of see more of like, you know, a teenager wearing these anyway, or like a middle schooler or something. No idea how to price them, but I got them. You guys, this is my first time finding Doc Martens. I have been doing this now for like almost 3 years and I've never found Doc Martens. So I was so excited to find some, and these are in really great condition. They're so heavy. I don't get it. I don't like to wear heavy shoes. It looks like they're a size 5, and I don't know. I was just so incredibly excited to find these, but they lace up, and yeah, made in England. I mean, I get it. Like, they're cool. They're just so heavy. I don't know how people wear such heavy shoes. These are a pair of side zip ankle booties. These are by Aerosoles. Aerosoles is not like a super exciting brand, but they're really soft and they looked really comfortable and they look brand new, which is, I think they are brand new. Look at, yep. So they were a size 7 and they are a size 7. No idea how to price them, but I just thought those were nice. Here are a pair of crazy Nikes. They're bright orange and black. They're called the Hyper Venom, it looks like. They kind of look like a track shoe or something. And interesting, on the inside it says Nike Junior Support. I don't know what that means. But they're a size youth, 6 youth. So they are a kid's shoe. I don't know, they're so interesting. I have no idea how to price those. super lightweight. We've got some more sneakers. These are Mizuno. I think Mizuno, someone was telling me that these are really great for like volleyball. Yeah, I don't know very much about them. I think I've sold a pair before, not for very much. These are size 7. No idea what to expect price-wise. These, I don't know why I got these. I probably should not have got these, but these are just Dr. Scholl's. I don't know, I'll probably get like $15 to $20, but they're wedges. They're in really great shape. There's like these little ring things up on top. I don't know. So these are size 6.5. This is probably the only pair of shoes that I was like, what was I thinking? Why did I get those? Also, like the storage unit that I was inside of is really dark. There's no lights inside. So you have to leave the front door open, or like it's kind of like a barn door and you have to leave it open and let the sunlight in. And that's the only light that you get inside of there. And the shoes were all the way in the back. Like I started in the back of the storage unit and I wanted to start with shoes because shoes are my favorite thing to source. So I started in the back and then I started to like work my way towards the front, but it was just really hard to see what was going on. I really like the colorway on these. They're like red, blue, and gray. They are called Onitsuka Tiger. Never heard of these. That's the brand, I believe. But yeah, I have no idea what these are. These are size 6.5. And I just thought they were really cool. So I'm going to look them up. Hopefully they're worth like $1 billion. And I'll get like $1 billion for those. These are Asics, and I think I could probably sell these for like $30 to $35. These are a size 6. I definitely like the colorway on this. I think these are just like a good general sneaker to have. Okay, maybe these are the second pair of shoes that I was like, why did I get these? But they're just called Italian Shoemakers. And I think maybe just because it said Italian, I was like, oh, they must be really good. I mean, not necessarily. The straps are very colorful. They're kind of gaudy, if I'm being honest. They're size 7. They were made in Italy, so we'll see. But just like a slight wedge. And I don't know. Even if I make $10 on those, I'll still be happy. These are a pair of Toms, and they had a lot of Toms that I did not get, but I just thought these were really pretty. They're flats, and I really liked the different colors and like the stripes. I liked this detail at the top, like where this crosses over. These are a size... What size are you? Ugh, if there's no size. Okay. Well, okay, I found the thing that said it's made in China. I'm trying to find the size. I don't know what size they are. I will get back to you on that. But I just thought they were really cute. Like I said, I do leave most Toms behind because usually they're also like in pretty rough shape. But these were in really good shape. But they don't have a size. And that's concerning. I'll figure it out though. Next up we have this pair of Nikes in like this black and pink colorway. It says Tri-Fusion on the bottom. I don't know if that means anything. But these are a size 6. Yeah, Tri-Fusion. So that's what they look like. I think that they're really nice. They're in really good condition. Everyone loves a good pair of Nikes. I'm curious, though, how you guys price yours. I think these are another pair of Mizunos, if I'm not mistaken. And these are in a size... What size are you? These are in a size 6 as well. And, yeah. I feel like Mizuno typically has a black and gray colorway. Like they don't get super crazy with their colors. And it says non-marking on the bottom. The bottoms are kind of interesting. Do you see that? So lots of Mizunos. These are a pair of Puma shoes. And on the inside it says Eco Ortholite. I don't know what that means. I thought these were really cool looking. They're like very low as far as like how low they go on your ankle or on your foot. These are a size 6. Yeah. And I couldn't tell like if these were men's or women's, but 6 for men, that sounds really, I don't know. So I'll figure that out. This is a pair of Nikes as well. And these are so bright. They are green and pink and black. And these are a size 8.5. They're so cool. They're just insane though. Like, oh my goodness. I think we'll stop there because we have 2 more boxes of shoes and they're like overflowing, and I want to make sure that I do them justice. So look out for at least 1 more shoe haul from me, and then let me know if you'd be interested in a clothes haul from the stuff that I get there as well, because obviously they have a lot of clothes. None of their clothes so far has been super exciting. Like, I'm not finding amazing brands or anything like that. It's a lot of bread and butter, but if you still don't mind seeing, you know, a predominantly bread and butter clothes haul, then let me know and I'll make sure to do that for you guys in the future as well. But that is it for today's haul and story time about my most amazing thrift trip ever. I'd love to hear from you and what you took away from all of this, or what was most interesting to you. You can leave all that down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Like I said, if you want to keep watching some more thrift hauls, I do have that playlist linked down below. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.